everybody, welcome back to Mighty Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler. This is 5-color humans, which just took down the SCG Open. Unfortunately, this hand is mulligan. This hand's a keeper, though. Not bad either. Couple mares here, pretty strong. We get the Hierarch start. Thalia's Lieutenant, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Thalia's just bringing the whole army here. I almost want to play Thalia's Lancer just because we're playing this Thalia, we're playing other Thalia, we're playing Thalia's Lieutenant. Yeah, we may as well just play them all, right? Anyways, this deck is great. I've very much enjoyed playing it. And here we go with the other Thalia. I'm going to keep it. It's really good. I can't. I have to bottom it. We are on the play, which is nice, but, you know, imagine if this Hierarch gets bolted and I just kept a 3-drop on top. We just lose the game on the spot. As powerful as it is, need to at least give ourselves a shot here if we get lightning bolted, which looks like we might be. That or our opponent's on Storm, in which case our hand is fine against them. I'm actually rooting for this to be anything but that. Alright, well, we've been gotten. I mean, it's a mold of 6. It was reasonable to keep on 6. There's really not much we can do about that. I mean, we're only playing 20 lands. It's going to happen sometimes. Alright, we got there. Such as it were. Go ahead and run out this Thalia that's almost certainly going to get remanded or killed. Yeah, okay, well, made the right decision to bottom that Thalia. Tempting to just always assume that you're going to keep your mana dork and then, you know, nothing bad's going to happen, but have the discipline there to ship it. I'm going to attack first to see if he uses his mana on a removal spell rather than a counter spell. He did not, so we're going to go ahead and run out of mare here. Wow, just F6'd on through, huh? Okay, I don't know what our opponent's actually playing here. It's got to be Jeskai control of some sort. Mare's very good against Jeskai control. Can make an army on its own, really force them to do something on their own turn here. I'm not sure what... Might be a Nahiri here. I can't cast Nahiri, actually, so... Okay, I like what we got going on. Touches out the basic island to Snapcaster Lightning Bolt our mare on his main phase. That's great. I love it. Because I'm just going to play another. Oh, he wants the Thalia. Okay. That works for me. Okay. Probably means he's got a Gideon or something. I don't really think there's much I can do. I don't think blind naming, you know, Gideon Jura or something doesn't have the mana for, is it? He doesn't have Supreme Verdict. I think I just play the mare. You know what? It may be better to play the Thalia's Lieutenant, because pumping... We have a mare. I could just pass. That seems not very good, though. Our opponent's going to have to do something in his main phase anyway. I think I am going to play the mare here. This is kind of interesting. We can't attack yet, and obviously we don't transform them. But again, it makes our opponent do something in the main phase, and then when he does, we can play Thalia's Lieutenant. They're 3/3s now, and they can attack, you know, Gideon if he plays Gideon or something. If it's Verdict, it's a 2-for-2. That's not a big deal. Instead of main phase Cryptic Command, that's great too. Oh, it's a Jace. All right, so this actually works out perfectly. So yeah, this was a good play. I think our mares won't flip, but we'll play this Thalia. Well, they won't be able to. Well, all right. That's tempting to play, but I need to stick to the plan here of actually getting on in there. All right, well, they're only going to deal 2, but, you know, he either takes 4 on his Jace or chumps with a Snapcaster and still takes damage and is right back in the same position next turn of having to... he just took it. Well, that's probably bad for me. I imagine there might be a Supreme Verdict coming up. Alright, we've plus Jace. Yeah, if he rafts here, he's going to get to untap with Jace. Although, you know, it's not like, I guess we'd be playing the Freebooter at that point. It's not the end of the world. I wouldn't mind hitting a land so I can run out this vial with the Freebooter. Okay, well, if he was going to verdict, he probably would have attacked. Unless he just decided we weren't going to... Oh, he doesn't have double white. He can't verdict without playing a land. He could anger the gods. I don't know what he's doing. I think he has nothing, and he's trying to figure out what card he's supposed to cast in his main phase here to keep our mares from flipping. If I were him, I think I would have chump blocked with Snapcaster Mage that turn, so he could have minus Jace to at least try to find something to deal with our board. Given that sort of the end result here is going to be the same anyway. And he may not even get an opportunity to get cards with Jace. That or he's sitting on Gideon or something and was just trying to draw a land. Either way, I think this is working out okay for us. Our opponent is deep in the tank, and they've tapped an untapped mana. I think the only thing they can be contemplating is which spell is best to cast in their main phase to not get blown out by Mare. It's also nice because if he does pass and says he's just gonna, all right, well, here we go. That's so bad for him. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'd sure like to draw land. We cannot do that. I think one mare's a good enough threat. We don't need to run out the second mare again. I will just, I think, play the Thalia's Lieutenant so that we can continue to, we can actually take out the Jace here without losing anything. Because the thing about, yeah, this is great. So the thing about, you know, choosing the Thalia's Lieutenant over the mare there is that having one mare on the board is enough of a threat to him already. And even if I played as a 1/1 later, it's still going to be a threat. Whereas the Thalia's Lieutenants are better to have down early because they can be, they're not a threat on their own until later. Whereas a mare, even if it's the last creature I play, will always be a threat on its own. All right, so it looks like our opponent will actually have Verdict mana next turn if they're playing that. He's going to path this thing. That's fine with me. It's great for me, actually. Get the one basic out of our deck. Okay, I think I will be freebooting him here. If we draw a land now, we can actually freeboot and Meddling Mage, which would be great. Or double freeboot. Or play Mare. We have a lot of options. Even if we don't, we get a freeboot plus Ether Vial. Alright, opponent's cast... Oh, he's going to Electrolyze. Okay. Well, we have free reign to do whatever we want here. That's not bad either. Alright, so I think I'm going to freeboot. And I will, depending on what he has in his hand, I might actually just play the Hierarch. No, it's probably better to play the Vial. Oh my gosh. What? What? I will be playing the Ether Vial. That's what I will be doing. I'm going to take the Helix. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Okay, well. Well then. Yeah, our opponent definitely should chump blocked with that Snapcaster way earlier. Alright, so if he hits land, he could Torrential us, and that sucks. He did not do that. Okay. So he has 3 Cryptics, though, and that's not very good for us. Well, we can freeboot him for days. I kind of want to do nothing, though. I'm going to see if he lets me move to combat. He drew a path, huh? Oh, that's pretty good. Yep, I will search. I will fail to find. We'll get in for 1. Okay, well... Do I think I freeboot and I make him counter it. Well... Alternatively, I do nothing, and then next turn I just Meddling Mage. And then he gets no value out of it. I'm going to do that. We get blown out by quite a bit here, unfortunately. And now he's got the Helix back. Yeah. The thing is, this Meddling Mage is okay, but it's not really the end-all be-all. And now he has Torrential Gearhulk up. So, I mean, Meddling Mage naming Cryptic Command is great, but if he just, you know, he has a bunch of ways to kill it now. So I kind of feel like we need to work our way through some of those other spells, including Torrential Gearhulk and now Lightning Helix, before we run out the Meddling Mage. We'll see. This Ether Vial is going to be pretty good. Especially, okay, well, he knows exactly how good it's going to be. All right. This might work out. Oh, well, that's annoying. Okay, well, we'll take our turn here. Sure would have liked to have drawn a land. So the thing is, I can play Meddling Mage, and I can name Cryptic Command. And that stops the one Cryptic he has left. It does not stop Torrential Gearhulk, though. I could freeboot. The problem is, whatever I play, he's just going to kill. He's going to... Unless I play Meddling Mage naming Gearhulk, which might be my best value here. Because if I freeboot and take the Cryptic or whatever, he's just going to Gearhulk path it, which is fine with me, actually. That's good for me. I'll give that a shot. Fortunately, we're still not under a ton of pressure. Okay, well, it's 2 lands, a Cryptic, and a Gearhulk, so this is good because he's still playing it. This Ether Vial is so good against him because if he does nothing during his turn, I can Violent a Mare and just flip it. All right, so we know about a Tarn and a Gearhulk, so chances are he's going to Gearhulk, Lightning Helix, our guy. Op's a nice draw for him. All right, he kept... Oh, he put it on the bottom, so that's good. All right. All right, that's not a... I would have liked a Cavern of Souls, but that's not the worst. All right, so we're going to freeboot him again. Can't really attack. I can attack, because if he wants to fire up his Colonnade to block, I am A-okay with that. All right, so I'm going to freeboot here. I'm probably just double. We'll see what his hand is, but all right, we're getting Crypt. We're getting Gearhulk. Gearhulk Cryptic did. That's fine. I think. I mean, it's annoying. It's good. Yeah, him bouncing that Ether Vial was actually a really good play because I would have loved Gearhulk trigger on the stack, a Violent Meddling Mage, naming Cryptic Command. All right, he's going to counter draw. That's fine. As far as Torrential Gearhulk value goes, that's on the lower end of how bad it could have been for us. Like I said, the biggest problem here is how much damage we're going to take from this thing, especially if he fires up the Colonnade alongside it. Oh, gross. Ooh, our opponent's drawn well. All right. Okay. Looks like this Mare may be our best bet here. May as well block. Maybe it's a bad block. I don't know. No, that's not a bad draw. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try this Thalia here. Okay. So his hand is Snapcaster Mage, Colonnade, which he played in Tarn. So there's a card we don't know about in there somewhere too. Okay, so I have a couple options. I can, and I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Mare, and he's going to respond with Snapcaster Mage. The Snapcaster Mage is going to target Cryptic, and then I'm going to Meddling Mage Cryptic. And then we have to hope, basically, that he does nothing. I don't think I attack. Oh, he just took his turn. Okay. Well, he's got to do something during his main phase here. And this is the hit we have to take. There's a lot of ways we can die. We can just get attacked a few times and die to Snapcaster Bolt or whatever. He's going to have to do something during his main phase, though. And hopefully it's just Snapcaster whatever, and we can get the Snapcaster with the Meddling Mage. Oh, wow. That was dirty. Okay, well, that was a fairly insane draw. He's got Cryptic Command. I don't know if we were ever gonna beat that Supreme Verdict draw. That was sick. Because the thing is, now he can Snapcaster to kill our Meddling Mage to cast his Cryptic. We died there. The game ended on that turn, but you know we played it as best we could, I think. I mean, we're actually just dead, right? He just Snap Bolts us down to 7 or down to 6, and then yeah, we're pretty dead. Activates one of them. Yeah, you can only activate one of them. Yeah, we're dead though. All right, well, that was rather unfortunate. It was quite the draw. All right. Frustrating, a little bit. That was a good game. Good game. I think we played well. All right, we know what we want though. We want these Aether Necromancer. Want the Tireless Trackers. Is this good? This only stops creatures, right? A non-token creature would die or... Yeah, it only stops creatures. Okay, so Reflector Mages are real bad here. I mean, I guess you can bounce a Celestial Colonnade. And it's not even a spell, so you'd be able to replay it. So that's kind of the best case scenario for it. But all right, so we have the Necromancers here. We have the Trackers for the long-term value. We have a lot of good cards here in this matchup, I think. I might be able to... Thought her Heretic Thar is pretty good. We're at 61, though. I need to cut something. I might cut a Hierarch. Which may be risky, but we'll see. We missed a land drop that game. Might have been different if we hadn't. This is tempting because this does stop Snapcaster. But I don't know that it's better than anything here. Thalia's Lieutenant's probably at its worst, actually. But it's still really good, so... Is playing a generic bear better? It might be. It feels really weird to cut this, but it might be correct. Then we also boarded in a bunch of 3-drops. We boarded in a bunch of 3-drops and we cut a Mana Dork. That doesn't feel great. Maybe I just play 61 cards. Then we won't deck. That's bad. Alright. I'm cutting the Lieutenant. It doesn't feel good. You know, Manus Rider is tempting to cut as well, but Haste is pretty relevant. I'm going to give this a shot. It's tempting to get Canonus in there just as a bear that messes up Snapcaster Mage, but... Alright, Aether Vial, exactly what we want. Double Hierarch, not exactly, but Tracker will hopefully get a little ways here. My first game was good. That was a pretty classic, you know, creature versus control sort of game. A lot of interaction, a lot of decisions, and opponent drew pretty well out of it there. If he had whiffed for just maybe a turn or two, or even at the end, if he didn't rip that Verdict off the top and instead he went for main phase Snapcaster on whatever to kill our thing, and we respond with Meddling Mage, then we get it. He doesn't get to do anything to our board, and on our turn we get to untap and probably flip our mare and so on. So kind of unfortunate that we drew our only basic here. So that's a little unlucky, right? It means that his paths are very, very good. Oh my gosh, this is so unlucky. All right. All right, we'll see what happens with Asalia. Hopefully, it doesn't get spell snared. The other problem with the tracker is that you want to play it and have a land. We need to draw a land. Didn't make that happen. Alright, so our opponent won't be able to kill Thalia if he has a bolt. He will be able to spell snare. That's the only thing that can get us here. Or I guess he could, he could mana tithe it. It could get mana tithe. Force Spike isn't legal, but mana tithe is. Opt. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Dylan's 2 damage opt. That's could be a lot worse for us. Alright, took the card and put it on the bottom. Alright. And then had a tap land, so I actually can't do anything to us here. Well, on the one hand, it's bad, right? Because we already have one in play. On the other hand, our opponent is going to have to kill this thing. I'm playing this second Hierarch here for the Exalted, because we still have one which we can get into play after, which will still allow us to cast everything in our deck, etc. This might actually work out really well, because our opponent's probably going to kill this Thalia here, and then we'll play another. Wait till our turn to do it, though, I suppose. And also, playing this Hierarch means we have enough mana to very easily play our tracker in the land, because I'd still like to say no to this. Ooh, Freebooter's pretty good. Alright, well, let's combat our opponent here. Alright, I assume he's going to respond to this. Yep. Alright, so let's go ahead and freeboot to find out if we can actually, stop a verdict or whatever. Oh my gosh, that's all disgusting. All these cards are good against us. The one that is best against us, I think, is Electrolyze, so I think that's the one we have to take. Because I can still mess up his Cryptic Command with this Thalia. Alright, well, we'll pass the turn here. Our opponent can play Timely Reinforcements. And that kind of is what it is. We'll just have to beat through it. Land is perfectly fine. Well, yeah, I guess we do it. I guess that's the game we're playing. I really, really want to hold this tracker until we draw land. I want to have the discipline to do that. It's possible I already messed up. It's possible I wasn't supposed to play the second land. It's possible I was just supposed to put out a Hierarch instead. But I don't know. We'll see. Alright, our opponent did nothing, so he's going to Cryptic us here, clearly. Okay, that's not great. Let's see if he uses it on combat or not. He's going to let us attack. Well, I'm going to do nothing. If he were to bounce our Aether Vial and then counter our Aether Vial, that'd actually be pretty good for him. Bounce draw, next turn counter draw. Yeah, this is weird. This game's gone kind of odd with drawing all these mana dorks. Because I don't want to just throw my hand out there, and maybe I should have. Even now that he's Cryptic up, I'm obviously not gonna do it. Maybe I was supposed to just commit to throwing him out there. I don't know, because he doesn't have Verdict. You can see he's debating over right now, I think, whether or not he cares about the Aether Vial and decided to do nothing instead and wants to use it to tap our creatures. Which is probably the right decision. The longer the game goes, the better it is for him. No, whatever, it has a fetch, it's fine. I just instinctively clicked it. That was so bad. Alright, hopefully he Cryptics our team this turn. He did not. Alright. I'm not attacking with Thalia because I don't want to trade it for his soldiers. This is fine. I mean, it's not like we were playing Tracker out there anyways. I'm trying to wait for him to use his Cryptic on our attack and then play it. But now I face the choice of whether or not to take the vial up to 3. I think I will. Alright, let's move to combat. He can activate Colonnade now, so I'm not running Freebooter into Colonnade, and even though it would tap him out for the turn, it would also give him an Electrolytes to blow us out. So we'll make him have that, which he had. Alright, well, okay. I would not like to use... I would love to use the ability, but I cannot, sadly. Okay, well, here's the thing. Our opponent's hand is... I think we know about 2 Cryptic Commands in it, right? And 2 we don't know. So I think that I'm going to play the Tracker because I can get a lot of value out of it right now. Because I have the land to play with it. Because our opponent can't do anything. We have priority. We get to play a land. We get to investigate. We're going to pass the turn. And, you know, whatever he does now. And we have a lot more 3-drops in the deck post-board, so having Vial on 3 is not the worst. If this is a verdict, I'm going to be a little annoyed. It is, clearly. All right, well, that's fine. We'll go ahead and fetch out here. We'll get to rebuild decently from this. Tyler's Tracker doing work, of course. Well, not exactly what I wanted to draw. Oh, creature spells only. Tap that wrong. Alright, let's do it this way. There we go. Okay, wow. 2 lands off the top, huh? Alright, well, this is all pretty terrible for us. Well, that's really, really, really bad for us. Yeah. Just so awkward drawing all these mana creatures. He's got Electrolyze here. Maybe I should... I mean, making the champion a 2/2 doesn't matter much. I think that the 3 blanks in a row there might have killed us. Those would have been great on, like, turn 2 and 3 or whatever, but pretty bad here. I will hold this Cavern in case we draw another Tracker. Imagine if we had had Zathrid Necromancer to Violin in response to that. You know, I don't think this matchup is as bad as it might be looking. You know, our opponent had to... our opponent had to top deck the Supreme Bird in game 1, and he's just kind of had it all here in this game. All right, I'm going to play the champion and pass the turn. Hopefully, he gets greedy and goes for the 1/1 Electrolyze on it, and then I can respond with Hierarch. And he's just not going to care. Okay, that's fine too. Alright, opponent's got 4 cards in hand, 2 Cryptics. We're very, very dead. I also think, to an extent, we flooded out, to be honest. See, this is the one issue with this deck is that we cannot refill with Collected Company the way the previous 4-color human decks could. Alright, well, that's a thing. We have a Cavern now, too, so... And that's also kind of a thing. All right, we'll play this. Okay. Our opponent let that resolve, which is sort of interesting. Is now if he went for the Electrolytes, we could Mantis Rider it. He's just not gonna not care, which seems correct. We'll play the Cavern here. Yeah, I'm just not really sure ways to get back in this. It probably involves drawing Zathrid Necromancer and then our opponent getting a little greedy and going for a board wipe or something. I'd like to just always know these right now. Alright, Freebooter's pretty decent. Okay, sure, Cavernous, whatever. Okay. Alright, let's attack Jace. See what happens. Alright, we'll attack Jace. Our champion's a 3-3, so the good news is if he, again, if he gets greedy, and, you know, I guess through all this, our opponent only has 3 cards in hand. If he gets greedy and goes for the block, we can actually pump it twice. Alright, so I'm going to play the freebooter here, I think, off of this vial, which is going to force our opponent to cryptic bounce, which isn't great for him. Oh, he's just going to reveal his hand, huh? Okay, that's fine. I'll take the... cryptic, I guess. And this is fine if this damage goes through. Kind of don't think it will, but we'll see. It's unfortunate most of our outs involve our opponent misplaying here. This is a really, yeah, I mean, that's a really suboptimal cryptic command for our opponent, which is why we do that. Our opponent's hand right now is Electrolyzed Cryptic. Oh, we're in blockers, I see. Oh. I want to get out of blockers. I'd love to respond to that message, but I need to finish this game. We're recording, obviously. I'll get to that after. All right, so we'll replay the champion here. Again, if our opponent, and it's very tempting for him here to go for a 1-1 split on this Electrolyze in the instep. He's had really good discipline. Just holding on to this Electrolyze forever. All right, we really want to draw something we can vial in here. That's a pretty good one. It's kind of awkward, I guess, but... Well, maybe I do it this way. Maybe I play the Manus Rider as my play, because it's also another threat that can attack Jace. And this taxes my opponent a little harder. Now he almost certainly has a cryptic tap, my team. Which is, I don't think, something he really wants to do. I think he... alright. Okay, well, we'll get in and chase with this thing again. I guess now he can make a really clean block on it, though. This might have been pretty bad for me. This might have been dumb. Yeah, the thing I didn't take into account is that he can still cryptic this. This was bad. Yeah, it was really stupid on my part. I don't know if it ultimately is going to affect that. It probably will. That was dumb. I was thinking if he did that, he wouldn't... Yeah, and yeah, that was bad. Yeah, I think it's probably the only mistake I've made this match. Only major mistake. I could have held my Cavern too. That might have mattered. Although he hasn't countered anything with Cryptic. Basically, I played so much of this game trying to get my opponent to bait him into using that Electrolyze or something on the champion, so that we could get him. And he had really good restraint and didn't do that. But we actually just have no attacks at Jace there regardless, right? So, you know, he called our bluff to an extent. Yeah. And he's got Cryptic up still. There was just really no way I think we were ever going to win the way this particular game has played out. You know, if this 3-drop in our hand here, this Thalia Heretic Cathar, if instead of being that, it had been a Zathra Necromancer, just like earlier when he verdict, we likely would have won the game. Well, he would have been forced to cryptic our team. Yeah, it just would have been so much better for us. Here we go, right on time. Well, he's going to have to cryptic to save his Jace here. Which, again, is a suboptimal cryptic command use, but it's still going to be good enough. Electrolyze, huh? That's where we have to vial this in for just a turn too late. All right, well, we got a zombie. Gosh, imagine this card. We've drawn a lot of 3-drops this game. If any of them had ever been Zathro Necromancer, I'd almost put more in the sideboard because the control decks are pretty popular right now. So Zacrid Necromancer is exactly what you want because it clearly would have won us this game multiple times already if we'd had it in our hand. We'd have 5 zombies and our opponent would have to Cryptic Command our team down and dig for another verdict. As it stands, we're entirely dead here, but we have a couple zombies. We might be able to kill Jace. Our opponent's just going to Cryptic our team down. I'd draw a Tireless Tracker. That would be okay. Ooh. I'm going to get super trolled now. I guess I may as well throw them both at this because we will actually kill Jace if he just goes for the block. And more likely just going to block one and bounce draw with the other. But oh, this is so troll. Literally the turn after it would have been insane for us. We draw both of them in a row. Okay, well actually I guess he can't unless he's got another Electrolyze here. Or just a Path, or just a Bolt, or a Helix, or any of those million other cards he plays, we'd get a Kill Jace. Unfortunately, we don't get a Kill Jace. We get a Lusagame instead. Well, this was closer than I think we had. This is just frustrating given the way it played out, but I think we played all right. I threw away that Champion of the Parish, but it didn't matter because he verdicted the next turn. So the one mistake I can at least point to didn't matter. Oh, firing up the colonnades, huh? Great, love it. Best part of this is that it has vigilance, so he has enough to fire up the one on defense as well. Alright, Mare's a magic card. Well, Mare in the Instep, that actually is a threat. It just seems hard to, you know... Our opponent, it's turn 1,000,000. This is not good for us. Although him firing up the colonnade this turn might work out to our benefit. Because this Mare's gonna force him to cast a spell in his instep here. Or it's not. Look at this value, we get to flip our guy. Okay, well. Opponent's just going to Cryptic bounce it, but that is fine. Oh, he's just going to path it. Alright, well, that's fine too, I guess. Well, that's unfortunate. That was one of our better outs, as it were, was to, oh, God. Oh, gosh, he's going to go for the double colonnade. Oh, man. What a frustrating game. If our draws had just come in a slightly different order, I think we would have won. Alright, well, let's go ahead and file in this freebooter here. Well, we can file in the Necromancer to get a token out of it, but, I mean, we've taken... Oh, my gosh. That's quite a few Cryptic commands. Alright, we're just dead. Good game. Good game. Good game. Like I said, slightly different order I think we could have got there. So didn't work out, but Deck Suite has a lot of play to it. That was a fun match. Good match. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Mighty Modern.